They do what they were told to do, syllabus they follow. But they want to innovate. They want to do better than what they have done last year. Last year I taught this way, this year I want to teach this way. I want to add this more topic. I want to impact these people. I want to try this out. Achiever. They want to do always better than somebody. They attend a conference, see something happening in the other college. No, I want to do something like that. They are constantly putting standards. So you are an achiever and you are constantly trying to do something more. This is the second category of employees. It is the achievers who push the corporation forward. It is the doers, performers who get the bottom line of the corporation. Without them, you can't get bottom line. But you only get bottom line, you don't go progress further if you don't have achievers. Then I come across third category of people. This is also true with teachers. Teachers are also achievers. There is a third category of people, and that is what I wrote in this book. They are visionaries. They are not happy by achieving something better, but they want the benefits of whatever they are doing to be available for margin. There is this person by name Anil Gupta. Some of you may have heard of him, Dr. Anil Gupta. Came from agriculture background, joined IIM Ahmedabad, and found that there are a lot of indigenous innovations happening in villages. And he said, I must capture these. He started something called Sodha Yatra. He would go to villages, capture all these innovations and put it. He said, this is not enough, let me disseminate. And he started a network. He started a body called Srishti. You are nodding, so I suppose you know about Anil Gupta. Did you have him here by any chance?
It's there in the book, but
It's there in the book. Yeah, you should sometime invite Anil Gupta. It's a great pleasure. He keeps coming to. In fact, I think it was based on his innovations. He is acknowledged in that Three Idiots. Interesting kind of things that he did. So Anil Gupta started Srishti, started Gyan, and this guy is restless all the time. So much so, I think sometimes I wonder how he may not have been. He now says he doesn't regret it. He says that is what it is. His family suffered quite a bit. Of course, whenever possible, he would get his wife. I think she was going through some bad time, would get her to Bangalore and all that. So there are always problems and so on. But I think it is the way he thinks. Even today, he is restless. He could write to Dr. Abdul Kalam and get him to teach a course in IIM Ahmedabad. You know that right? Write to him. Why not, sir? Why don't you come and teach instead of doing? 3-4 years Dr. Kalam, after he was come as president, would you come and teach? It's possible. Any of you, find out a big fellow and get him to teach here. Don't start by assumption, no, or the CEO will not approve, or our dean will not approve. All CEO, deans, everyone will approve if you show that you are a talented person, you are a committed person, you are interested, because they will be more than happy. These are all self-imposed restraints. Anil Gupta never bothered. I think everything he would do it. The same thing. I have given many such examples. There is another example I give. There is this person by name Jagdeep Chokar. He worked for many years. He was my colleague in IIM Ahmedabad. At the age of 60 to 63, he enrolled himself into a law degree. He was dean for some time, acting director, but before he retired, he finished his LLB. He went to Delhi. And there is another professor, Tirlochan Shastri. He just retired last month from IIM Bangalore. He was also a student of IIM Ahmedabad. Tirlochan Shastri does a lot of things. He goes to Andhra and then mobilizes a lot of rural troops. Both these chaps thought that the country is not going in the right direction because there are a lot of corrupt politicians. That I must capture this. The least I can do is to document this. So they started this Forum for Democratic Reforms, which has been there, which creates a lot of issues for other people, but I think they are relentless. There are many people, 2 professors. Why do they have to do this? have given in this book many examples of professors. I is a professor in Osmania University. He was teaching public administration, political science. In one of the projects, she went and saw a lot of women, employees being exploited, and they were not able to send their children to the school. He got hold of a few children who were dropouts from the school, got to the Osmania University guest house, put them there and then started educating them, which led to a movement of non-formal education for school dropouts. She got later Megashasha award and all that, because relentlessly pursued this. Speak my case. So many examples I have given in this. Another professor, Ramachandran, used to be my colleague at IIM Ahmedabad. He joined ISB. He's working on entrepreneurship and he created a forum for entrepreneurship. All these teachers, I call them as, of course, I mentioned this particular chapter in Effective People, but in my book on managers who make a difference, I call them as achievers, or visionaries. Now there is a fourth category I discovered, they are missionaries. They are not only vision, but small thing they pick up and all through their life they make it as a mission. I'll give another interesting example. There is a boy who got educated in one of the IITs and then worked for 2 years in a multinational company, then joined IIM Ahmedabad. And he went on summer training to Germany, I think. And when he returned, when the final placement came, he said that this corporate life is not exciting. Because issues are same. The 2 years I worked before I joined IIM, and now all are how to manage your boss. Interpersonal competence. If you know how to manage your boss, you can get many things. This doesn't excite me. Interpersonal relations are important. Teamwork is important. Is this what I should do? I should do something different. I should apply all my management knowledge. He tried hard for 1 year to apply his management knowledge by servicing small scale industries. There were no takers because small industries can't afford to pay. He didn't choose the placement. He would have got lakhs of rupees and also would have married the girl whom he loved. He took some time because his father refused it to. His father-in-law refused to give that girl because you first settle, then I will think of it. So finally he came up with an idea. He said, my father was working in public sector, DGO. And because he was working in public sector, I could get access to Delhi public schools. Because most of these NTPC, IOCL, SAIL, all these corporations, wherever they have Delhi public school or good public schools. I got educated there. Because I got educated there, I could get into IIT. Because I went into this, got into IIM. How about those millions of children who don't have opportunity to get educated in Delhi? Can I do something for these children to learn mathematics and science? If they are good at this, then they can be equivalent to. So he started gathering a few other engineering IIT students and started a company that manufactures teaching aids for teaching science and mathematics in 8th, 9th, 10th standards. I mentioned about it both in my earlier book as well as here. These are all people who come up with a mission in life, missionaries, excellent teachers. I'll conclude here. There are many stories like this. I've given all this in this particular book. I look at each one in this room, whether you are a faculty or a staff, as a future potential leader. You're born as a leader. Like this driver with 21,000 rupees, who is able to manage his family, has aspiration. He wants his son to be settled. Daughter happy that he is happily married. In fact, I asked him that, they are very happy, sir. How did you manage it away? 2 lakhs I was able to manage. A leader. Somebody who in our house, a helper, who keeps every day coming and helping my wife. He's educating 3 children and she tells her stories. He's a leader. He's able to manage. They are operating at a different level. We operate at a different level. Why can't we? You are a librarian. Any librarian here? You are a leader, sir. How can you be a great leader? By making this library totally loaded with people. They should say, oh, we have such a great librarian, he changed my life. Is it possible for that? Think about it. It's possible. Anybody, even an accounts officer, can change the life of other people. Support. I mean, some of the best people I have worked with, simply doing, this is what I have defined in effective people. If you do your job with devotion, I have defined an effective person as one who is constantly looking inward to find his or her talent. You should constantly discover. Don't conclude, this is what I am done with. Because your talent you discovered 10, 15 years ago is the same talent today, then you have not grown. That's wrong. Don't worry. Today, you have discovered some talent. Tomorrow, you should discover something more. Okay? But most of us get stuck. That is it. We define our fate as what it was 20 years back and say that is what it is. At the end of it, I have seen people say, if you pay me this much, this is what you will get. That is the biggest way to kill your talent. Link it with the pay you get. You finish. The day you say, I am getting only this much salary, therefore I will do this much, you have become the biggest prisoner of your salary. And all these institutions have a great knack of getting you to be prisoners. Because then you do your job, that is good enough here. Follow it. Then you are a syllabus follower. But even if you follow the syllabus, that is what I have given in my book, follow the syllabus with the purpose. And the purpose is, I want to follow the syllabus to make a difference in the life of the student. Then you are an effective person. Otherwise, you are only an ordinary teacher. You are not an effective teacher. You go to the class, teach, finish your class, come back and then go home. Then that I have done my job for the day. You are very happy. You have completed your job. You are not being effective. You are living a dead life. Nobody will say that. Dead. But I think we are, half of us are dead. It's okay. But we are happy being dead. No, we are happy because what is there? It's okay. We are happy, no problems, nothing. I do my job well. No, you are not doing your job well. See the consequences of it. A doctor who treats the patient because he counts the money is not effective. A doctor who treats the patient with totally, I want to make this patient to get better, is more effective. This is what I have defined. Use your talent to make a difference in the lives of others. So a teacher who teaches is effective. Those of you who are teaching, you will remember your student, you will follow them up. That is what the stories I narrated. The father Gordon, he had no idea to Dave, permission. I think there are people who are having the welfare of the student in mind constantly. They are living with purpose. So this is one. And I went on in this book to say, if you are an effective teacher already, that means you are teaching not with the view to collect your salary at the end of the month, but with the view to make a difference in the lives of child, the student. That is very important. Then what happens is, the students, the moment they see you, there is a glow in their face. There is a glow in their face. They always remember you. Whenever they come back to you. The other day I went to IIM Bangalore, and I was interviewing, talking to some other people. And some of them said that some of the staff members, what are some of the happy moments in your life? Sir, one of the happiest moments that in my life is when alumni come here and come to my office. You can call me the clerk, somewhere in the admissions office or placement office or in the accounts office. But they say they come and they say, very nice to see you, sir, and give me a small gift. Students remembering, and they don't do it for teachers. Not all teachers, some teachers here. But for a staff, yes, they do that. That is the happiest moment in my life. What a wonderful thing that you would have. So an effective person is one who is constantly looking and using talent and God. I mean, our opportunities are phenomenal. There's so many things where you can make a difference. So I said that more effective, I use the term very effective people, they are not happy with helping a few people, they want to do it more. I've seen many office staff in IIM Ahmedabad who have done a marvelous job. They were ordinary program manager, a program secretary, very ordinary name, program secretary in executive office. The moment IIMs came into existence, many of them went to other IIMs. They were all recruited and they were all doing wonderful jobs in terms of managing the executive development programs because they have done a marvelous job here. So you are creating an opportunity for yourself. So these are very effective people, and some of them write books, they conduct lessons, they tell. The person who says that his job is to go to other institutes and guide the staff. So you are a very effective kind of a person. And I introduced the third concept called super effective people, whom I call as institution builder. That's where I put Anil Gupta, super effective, who started organization, Kapil Ramachandran, Spit My Cake person, or many others I have talked about. So I've started by saying that it's possible each one of you have that beach, what they call it, that beach is there, but we have not exploited by imposing constraints on ourselves. And therefore we are saying that look, my institute doesn't let me do this, I can't do this, I have these limitations. Because we have conditioned our mind to think only of limitations, not of opportunities. The biggest opportunity is you yourself. The fact that you are a living entity sitting in this room, working in Ramaya Institute of Management, drawing a reasonably good salary, 5 times that of the driver, I have mentioned, I'm sure that's anyone, and working in a respectable society, you are respected, I am working in such and such institute as a professor, as an officer, etc., I think respected. That itself is an indication that there is something in you. Only thing is you need to exploit that more. You need to make a difference. You have to discover. It's not a one-day job. I would strongly recommend you to go through this book. This book talks of doctors, it talks of film actors, civil servants. I've come across many civil servants who have done a wonderful job, who have defined their role in a different way. There was no need for a civil servant who is doing well to leave his job and go and start a center in Jaipur to look after the people who lose their hands and limbs and things like that. Interesting kind of thing. And I come across also people, a colleague of mine, very honest. He doesn't do anything but just do your job well. That's his philosophy. Indrajit Khanna, one retired chief secretary, he lives in a very interesting 2-bedroom apartment in. Normally, if you are an IAS officer, he was secretary UGC, he was enforcement director, he went through all kinds of positions, about 21 different positions. But at the end of his life, quite unlike some of the IAS officers who live in palaces, Sunglass and Jubilee Hills, he lives in an ordinary 2-bedroom set. A very honest, sincere person doing his work. And he is a classmate of Bachchan, Amitabh Bachchan. And he wrote his own autobiography, got it released by Amitabh Bachchan, but with no fanfare. Simple. And Bachchan spots him with the audience on those years when he became MP and calls Inder, Arey, you are sitting there, Inder, meet me after the. Interesting story. Very a person, but he's known for his sincerity when you read his autobiography. Do the job well. Always think of the customer. Rules are not for their own sake, rules are meant to help people and so on. So they may not have progressed and became great people, haven't got partnerships and so on, but I think they have done a great job. These are effective people, super effective people, or very effective people. I think it's a choice of yours. The world offers a lot of things, and for me, I think institutions are opportunities. Your institutes are all that you are doing. It's a great opportunity one has created. And I think I normally tell the faculty, every year when you are about 300 students. Every year you are graduating about 300. They would have got about, let's say I'm told average salary is 8 lakhs of rupees. If they didn't come here, they would have got maybe 4 lakhs. So that means you have 30 of you in this institute have added every year 4 lakhs multiplied by 300. That is 1 year. Multiply by 5 years and they don't stagnate there. It goes exponentially. You calculate, you are adding crores and crores to the Indian economy by doing this little thing. For 2 years, teaching that you are doing. And if you do a great job, and these children, these students remember you, and they do slightly better in their jobs, you made them more effective, and you made them future leaders. What a great thing you have contributed. I think we should be known for these contributions. And if we want to do it, we can do it. And there are small things that are irritants and all that. I think you can always negotiate with your dean or the CEO and say, these are irritants, please remove these irritants and I want to do. If they can't remove it, don't worry. I think you can always find ways of it. I'll stop here. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'll be happy to continue to your dialogue. Thank you very much.